Okay, so some people have been asking me, should I buy, should I buy now? Okay, so first of all, the decision is all yours. I'm not a financial advisor. It's entirely up to you what you do. Okay, so let's look at Luna BUSD. Now look at this. This is the 1 minute graph. I've had to put it on the 1 minute graph because if you put it on the 15-minute graph, okay, it just looks like a flat line and it isn't, okay? It's anything but really. So I've had to put it on the 1 minute graph so you can kind of see things. So for instance, it went as low as 2 cents, Luna, 2 cents. That is just incredible. Remember a week ago, it was $90 and it's gone down to 2 cents. So the question is, should you buy or not? Well, obviously on hindsight, it would have been a great idea to buy a load of Luna here because you'd have just, if you'd gone up to here, 0.13, you'd have just six times your money. Okay. It doesn't matter how cheap something is. If it goes up 6 times, if you've invested $1,000 in it, okay, it doesn't matter how cheap that coin is. If it goes up 6 times, okay, you invested $1,000 and you get a lot of coins for your money, but you're going to get 6 times your money back if it goes up 6 times. And that's effectively what it's done from here. Obviously, if you're one of the poor, unfortunate ones who bought at say $60 or $90 or even over $100, then you're sat on massive losses. If you're new to Luna, potentially this is a great buy. You've got to think, like, what's the downside? What's the upside? Well, it could go to nothing. Okay, this Do Kwon has got, who's in charge of Luna basically, and UST. He's got a farm with another coin that's basically currently at 0 that he created 2 years ago. So, you pays your money, you takes your chances. It's your kind of decision. So let's forget about Luna for now. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Okay. So that's the 1 minute chart again. So Bitcoin's having a bit of a recovery as well. It's gone from, let's put it on a 3 minute chart. I think, yeah, 3 minute might show the bottom. So here we go, 3 minute, that's good. So if we have a look, 24,500 has been the bottom. And we've also, the past few months or even years, I guess the past couple of years or 1 year, let's say, we've kind of had Bitcoin go down to sort of 29,000. And I think 24,500 is kind of the new low for this year. So what you've got to kind of say to yourself is, how much lower can it go? So if you buy it now at 28,000, its low is 24,500. So the downside is sort of 4,000. What's the upside? Well, we've seen it go to 64,000. So your downside is 4,000, and your upside, effectively, from our knowledge so far of Bitcoin, is like 64,000, or I think it might even be 67 or 69. I can't even remember. But the point is, it's 40,000 up, and it's 4,000 down. Okay, so that's kind of your risk reward. I can't do the hand big enough. Okay, your reward, your upside is much bigger than your downside. That would be my way of looking at it. Now, the only question you've got is, how long is it going to take to get to that upside? What is the probability of it going to 24,500? Well, at the moment, probably quite high, to be honest with you, because we're in flux. Okay. But what's the chance of it going lower than 24,500? Possibly. Okay. What's the chance of it going to 20,000? What's the chance of it going to 10,000? So you've got to think, if you buy it at 28,000, it's coming down a certain amount, but it's going up kind of much more. It's got more upside. I suppose really you've got to look at the percentages as well. Okay, so a 4,000 downside is 1/7, isn't it? So that's 14% down. So it goes from 28,400 28,500, let's say. That'd be 4,000 down. It's about seven. That's 14% down. So if it goes to 40,000, let's say, that'd be 12,000 roughly up. Okay, that's nearly 50% up. Okay, so me looking at this would say the upside is bigger than the downside. Okay, so the question you've got to ask yourself is, can you afford to lose the money? If you're buying Bitcoin and just holding it, or even just staking it or putting it in savings or whatever, then you can't lose it. All right, it's only if you get a loan on your collateral, only if you get a loan on your Bitcoin, that you could potentially lose. If it goes down so much, you could get margin called on it. Okay, you could get liquidated. So, but you're only going to lose if you decide to panic sell and sell it at 24,000. Okay. Now, what I would suggest is forget about all the YouTubers like me who are saying, oh, it's going to 100,000, it's going to 1 million. Okay. It's not gone there yet. I think I personally, after saying don't listen to people like me, I personally think it will go to 100,000 eventually. I think it might take a few years to get there. Okay. But the main thing that I would take from this is, what is the upside? What is the downside? Is there more to gain? Okay, than lose. So that's kind of Bitcoin. The other question is, what about all these other coins, these so-called shit coins? Because everything now looks to be a shit coin. I mean, if we have a look at the markets, oh, we get all these XRP downs, ETH downs. I hate this. Obviously, gaming is going to have taken a massive knock. It's only Axie Infinity that seems to be up from in the last 24 hours. That is, everything else is going to be absolutely. In fairness, it's not so bad. 43%. I've seen others, but yeah, 8 coins sort of recovered quite a little bit. Actually, it's at 6.5. I mean, I thought it might go down more than that. UST is back at about 50 cents. Well, it should be $1. Let's face it. It's supposed to be a stable coin. GMT is back over $1. Well, this new coin GAL seems to be only 13% down, although it's come down from about 12, so it's really 75% down from when it started off, I think. Let's have a look at, actually, let's have a look at layer 1, layer 2. Okay, so if we click on layer 1, layer 2 and look at the markets here, Tron's actually held up quite well, which is it's quite amusing because George from Crypto Zeros absolutely hates Tron, and Tron has actually, thank God I got a bag of Tron. That's all I can say. It's one coin that's actually held up. You know, whether it'll stay held up, there's a lot of talk about Tron possibly being destabilized and stuff like that, but it seems to be holding up okay. Yeah, I mean the layer ones have done, you know, terrible. AVAX, Solana. I mean Solana 30% down. Matic 60 cents, under 60 cents. That's taken a massive kick in. I mean, I bought that above $2, so I'm 75% down on Matic. The Matic I've got most of it's in lock staking, and obviously Luna. Well, who knows if that's going to come back? But 10 cents, if you know, only today I think it was at $7. I think at one point. So if you'd have bought that at like 50 cents, I think it was about 60 cents, and it went back up to $7. So if you'd have bought that at 60 cents and then sold it at $7, you'd have got 10 times your money. You know, if you'd have really gambled on it and put $10,000 in it, you'd have got $60,000-$70,000 back. Okay, so if you've got the balls to do it, if you've got the or if you can afford to lose a certain amount of money, then this is where your gains are being made. Okay, this is where you get, well, obviously you can lose lots as well. It goes swings both ways. But when we're on the downside, you know, the upside is bigger. Okay, so when we've come down, our upside is bigger. When we've gone to the top, our upside is less. Okay, it's just simple kind of mathematics, really. And that's what you got to kind of consider. And that's why we're always saying buy the dip, sell at the tops. Okay, don't buy when it's on a massive, don't FOMO in when the graph's going like that vertical, because you know it's going to come down. Okay, so stick to the basic principles of buy low, sell high, and that still holds. It's a case of what you're going to buy into. Certain things, these algorithmic stable coins seem to be not a good idea. And I think Near protocol is another one of those that is based similar on Luna and UST. So Near has a potential to get destroyed. Okay, so that's me done waffling and rambling. I'm not a financial advisor. Think about it. Take your risk, whatever your risk is. You know, don't get a loan. Don't risk your house if you've got a house or anything like that. You know, there's lots of stories on Reddit about people committing suicide and all sorts of crazy shit. So you don't want to be one of those people. Money's only money at the end of the day. It's, you can always go and live in the forest and kill rabbits for food. Okay, rub your hands together for warmth. Okay, all right, that's me out.